Welcome. Episode 10 of Daebak's Guide to the DGV Universe. We're on Highlander's Ridge. We got a one wind. We want to run it. I fuck it up a lot, but it's kind of like bottom chevron right on that leaf right up in here, and then you kind of got to go around like that, and then you got a zippity doo-dah. Yeah, you hit that, and it doesn't make it. That wasn't very good. Is the wind bad for it? I guess a little bit of a knockdown wind. So a little, there's your run. However, most of the time, unless necessary, I am coming around in here with a 9-speed and just flipping it up there. And better than that. It's kind of funny how these videos most often begin with fuckery. Anyway, there is Highlander's Ridge 1. 2. I mean, it's kind of like, because I'm trying to show you ace runs. Here, you want to ace it. I have a 9-speed. Oh, I think a little higher is better. Middle chevron, somewhere up in there. If you want to ace it, and you need to be far enough left, too. That's probably too much of everything. Yeah, that wasn't the best look at an ace. So if let's see, I typically go maybe something like that. But I mean, the ace is just kind of seems like it's a casino ride. But there's my ace run. You can disc up if you need to, if there's a wind in your face. But it's kind of that kind of hole. 3. This is thanks to Smooth. I go backhand. He likes to throw it like right at that tree. A little bit more of a chicken shit. And then I kind of crank her out. And you don't want to clip the tree. And this may not make it as far. It's general vicinity kind of stuff. You can end up all the way on the green. So many nice things can happen. So many bad things can happen. I'll try to push my luck. And I push my luck. Looks like it's going to be nice. This is a much better eagle look. So if you're willing to push your luck, you'll get in a better spot. And somehow this game doesn't seem to work the way it used to. That's way too hard. Jesus, Bachheim, too much wine. I'm recovering from the wine. Maybe it's time for me to go outside, smoke a cigarette, and drink another little bit more of that shit in the hole. No. I'm going to throw it again because, all right, think about it. All right, we got a 2 crosswind, something like maybe right in there, and then something like that should go in the hole. Yeah, should go in the hole. Let's try again here. So we got a 2 crosswind. We're going to put it at something like this, and then something like that should go in the hole. Yeah, okay. Good. Perfect. 4. Poika has been encouraging me to be brave. Calm wind. He takes I don't know. I'm not so sure it's the right. I don't always do it well. Something like that, and I might go over. I don't know. With the one wind, you rarely go over. That's not a very good look. I think he aims lower than me. I tend to aim a little higher with a little more of that. Carry, please. And that's my way. Poika's suggestion, my execution, and double execution. All right, there you go. If you don't want to be ballsy, or if the wind doesn't appear right, I will take a 10-speed. I kind of got this dark spot, middle chevron. With the one wind, I'm pretty much straight. I got that. And then we got to carry the water. 344. You can actually kind of run it here if you want. This is a dumb run, but it can happen. I've equaled it a few times from there, but as long as you kind of stay left, you got a shot at the prize. Boom. So the Highlander's Ridge universe is continuing now to hole number 5, which I fucking suck at. I somehow, it's hard to see. I'm taking that middle chevron and there's this little dark area here. Anyway, it's how it works for me. So I'm somewhere in here. You've got to be careful to stay right. Because if you go left, you're into shit. So we're here. If I am like 120 in, I throw Claymore. If I'm a little further out, I throw Core. And this is very much like Law Grizzly Gulch 8. You just gotta figure it out like that. You just gotta practice that throwing. And it's just gonna take 1,000 shots. Here, Puss Puss gave me a lovely line. Slide left. Your base point is top chevron there. We're a little different here with this wind. We're not even close. Let's try to get a better wind. See if we can make an ace run. Yeah, replay. Pretty much recovering from too much wine. Slide, boom, and it's pretty much, I can't remember if it's a straight pull or not. A little bit, it's got to be a little bit. Maybe it is. Maybe I need more crank, more tilt, more angle, more Anheuser. Fucking these terms. And that looks pretty good. Kaboom, kabam. Wow, it often just smashes in there. All right, so there's your run. That's the way to run it, but it's obviously a dangerous run. You don't want to run it. You want to be safe. Take a 9-speed. Doesn't matter the wind. And middle chevron right about that tree. Half a disc of tilt with the 1 wind. And it didn't climb up, but so what? La 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 boom. All right. I'm getting tired, guys. It's 5:25. This has been too much video making for one day. But I think my wife's coming home tomorrow, so I don't know how much chance. All right, 2 wind. I normally throw a 10-speed, but the wind's kind of in my face. Or 9-speed. So the wind's kind of in my face. I know that my fortress will fade. This was just be safe. That wind in my face, I didn't want to be a super attacker. That's not going to get in. When I talk and shoot, it's pretty much not so good. It's going to get in. Let's try this again. Maybe we'll get a more neutral wind. No. Now here you can even try a skip sapphire. The fortress is dangerous here. You have danger. It's easy to go too far. Unless you hit, that is where you want to hit. When you practice, well, it's the fortress, but that angle climbing the hill, that is your destination desired. Well, I guess I got to try it again, motherfuckers. Give me a 1 wind. Come on. Okay, we're going to make it even harder on you. This is... it's a tricky hole. Alright, so I'm going to aim a little higher and kind of trust that this will fade. And I went, this is dangerous. This is really dangerous look. Man, not the best. Wrong disc going uphill. Aren't you glad you're seeing this? Let's try throwing again with the right disc going uphill. Still a tough shot. But, heavy mercy. Heavy mercy. Give me 1 win. Yow. Boom, boom. Okay, 2 in. All right, I'll throw the sapphire, and this is my standard. And that should climb the hill about right the spot I was telling you to climb the hill. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. Let's go to 8, which is a eagleable menace of a hole. I don't know, it's kind of a fun hole, but it takes a while to learn it. Got this kind of a crosswind. All right, so I'm going to throw Paradigm. I'm going to add my middle chevron right around this clump here. And that looks like a really ideal shot. Got it kind of a dead skip. And you got to look. 107, like I say, under 100, I often go Claymore. After 130 or so, then I'll go core. Different winds, different shit. Now here, I'm gonna go with my DD. The turn is gonna fight this wind. Ha ha ha! Well, I stayed safe. That was a goofy wind. Kind of fun. I used to try to throw the light glide ride, something like, like this, and try to crank her around. I don't know if it'll work or not. Not so bad, but not necessarily the safest. I mean, sure, that was that looked like it ended up nice, but yeah, lots of ways to go about it. Basically, try to shoot the gap, and I don't know. Eagle is at your own risk. Here, 4 wind in my face. My goodness. I'll try. These guys have kind of taught me that you can kind of try to bang into that wall, middle chevron pointing at that wall. That's not going to hit that wall, is it? Yeah. Not my typical shot here. But I would have to try to do something like that with that wind. I think it's the best shot with that 4 wind. So many different winds, so many choices. Let's go again. Be a 3 wind, okay. Not ideal here, but that's my 9 speed. I'm trying to just cut right up near where that near wall juts up. Most of the time I'm throwing a 9 speed, sometimes a 7 speed, sometimes a 10 sapphire, based on wind. Let's try it. I got 1 or 2 more. What do we got? All right. So here, well, that's probably cutting it too close. Here's where you're kind of in the fuck nuts. You don't want to be down here, but we are. Well, we're lucky we have a clean view. So this is better than being close. 1 more. I'll let you go. Alright, so now we're aiming a little more like that, and a little more like that. That has the danger of going too far. It rarely does. That one looked like it was going too far, though, if it didn't hit the wall. That is Highlander's Bridge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm bowing and receiving your applause.